It's February.
Which means we finished the first month of the year, which means we finished our first challenges.
Yeah. Man, it was so hard.
Well, remind them what we did.
Okay, so we have 2 challenges. The first one was a health challenge. So every month we're going to pick something to do or take away to, I don't know, give us some self-discipline this year because we definitely
Push us a little bit.
do not have that.
Yeah, what is that?
Me.
Yeah, especially you.
So for the first month,
You really let yourself go.
you need to discipline your mouth because I'm tired of this shit. The first month, Sanae suggested that we give up cheese.
And we love cheese.
But we did it. And there's a couple of things that I realized that it's not so bad.
I'm sad to admit that it wasn't that bad. The thing is, anything that has cheese is still f***ing delicious without cheese.
I know that you're already you're continuing no cheese. So I decided that I'm going to try and not have cheese as much as I can. I'm not making any promises. All right. So that was the first one. What was our second one?
This was this idea that we were going to do a flash sheet a month. To make it fun, we're going to pick a theme. So since we were starting in January, we decided to come up with our own theme, which was just Sailor Jerry redraws. Thereafter, we were planning to take themes from comments.
Yeah.
Go ahead and show your attempt.
This is my attempt. A classic by the late, great Sailor Jerry. You might have heard of him. He's not just a guy that made spiced rum. And if that's what you think, you're at the wrong podcast, homie.
Mine was Chi-Chi's.
Oh, man, I don't know we could do Chi-Chi's. What are we going to be giving up for the month of February?
We're giving up soda.
Soda is very important to me. I mean, I've known soda since I was born, basically. I would put soda in my bottles.
You wouldn't have been drinking bottles if you could fill them yourself.
No, I was 12.
I feel like I actually never have soda at home. But when I really think about it, if I'm eating out, not like a person, but like if I'm eating out at a restaurant, I always have, if I'm feeling like a bad girl, I have a Coke. Yeah. If I'm feeling like I'm ashamed of myself, bad girl, I have a Diet Coke.
Contrary to popular belief, it's still bad for you. And we have a new flash challenge for the month of February. It was the only comment we got. So maybe you could help us out the next time so we don't look stupid. And that theme is
Western. Wow, we don't mean tight. Western Hollywood. Do your own style. Do whatever your interpretation of that is. Obviously, it means like Old West, but if you want to get weird, get weird.
Yeah, and if you are painting your own flash, send them in to us. We'd love to see them, and we can repost them, and I think it'll be fun for everybody. It's just nice to get back to hand painting, at least for me, not for her.
No, it sucks for me. I didn't finish my sheet until January 27th, but I still did it on time.
She started on January 25th.
I do so good under mass amounts of pressure. I'm like a diamond.
Yeah,
All right, talk to you later. Bye.
Ready in 3, 2, 1. Are we rolling over there?
Hey, we stay rolling over there.
That's right.
Hey guys, we're back again with another session where you get everything but the tattoo.
Nope, that's not the
Hey guys, you're watching the Tattoo Budcast. Where how'd it go? How it goes?
Let me have you try it one more time. Take a wild guess of your own tagline for your own podcast.
Hey guys, welcome back.
Podcast.
Ich bin Bruno. You're watching the Tattoo Budcast, the only podcast where you get that feels like a tattoo shop, where you get everything but the tattoo shop.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Tattoo Budcast, the only podcast that feels like a tattoo appointment, minus the tattoo.
That's not it. Why are you looking at me? I don't work here. Well, we're here. We're back. Another episode. This time we have our homegirl, Thea, amazing tattooer from Fullerton. Let's hear it for Thea, everybody.
Everybody in the live studio audience.
Bow, 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 bow.
So what's up, dog?
Just learning your slogan, your tagline.
What was it?
When you learn it, can you tell us? Because we don't know.
Yeah.
I know it. I said it.
It was pretty wrong.
Look,
It was close. It was close. But it's okay. Because we're still learning, and we're here to grow together.
Mm-hmm.
As people, artists, emotionally, right? That's what we do here on Earth.
For some people. Some of us.
Go
what
for
is
it.
happening right now?
Are you nervous?
No.
Why are you nervous? I'm nervous.
Yeah, are you nervous, bud?
I'm so
Actually, are you
nervous.
nervous?
I'm so
What's going on?
nervous.
Tell us how you're
He's all
feeling. Right now.
flustered. He like lost his glasses, threw his water all over
I
the
don't
table.
have glasses.
Then what are those on your face? James has never met a girl before, so.
Maybe-
I don't look at her when I
Maybe
do
someday you will.
Anyways, so this is Thea. She's a tattoo artist here in California, in Fullerton. How have you been with all this craziness? I mean, Orange County's not affected with the fires, huh?
It's not affected yet or this year, but
Why are you gonna start one?
She does
It
fire
depends how the year
tattoos.
goes. I mean, we're like technically in the red zone, but we're so
Oh,
far.
because of the drought.
yeah, and the winds.
So you guys don't have any fires right now?
no, we
currently?
not currently. There was one in like your Belinda a couple days ago.
My
but they-
Belinda?
Her Belinda, your Belinda, my Belinda.
Our Belinda.
But they got it under control.
I-
There's no grass or hills or it's Anaheim. Just Disneyland. Disneyland would never allow that.
Oh,
Disneyland
no way,
would never
dude.
allow that, dude. King Triton will handle that.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, lucky enough to not be affected by that.
Cool. It sounds like your life's going really good. So how long
Yeah.
have you been tattooing?
Oh, that's why I'm nervous. Fires. Okay, you were saying?
I've been tattooing 17 years and I'm only 22, so
Whoa.
You don't look a day over 21.
thank you.
That's great. How do you do it?
Anyway, what's the next question?
So wait, how many years?
17 years this is my 17th year. And my 13th reason.
Did you have an apprenticeship?
I did not have an apprenticeship. Against my will. I really wanted one.
Did you try to get one?
Yeah. Yeah, there were a couple shops I went to and it just was like, yeah, you can be an apprentice.
They just honked your boobs.
Yeah,
and
you're
sent you.
you're so talented. Task number 1 is to suck my So that didn't work out.
It sounds like you don't take your career serious.
Yeah.
Some people might say.
That's
crazy. Hey,
Hey.
Ben keeps copying me.
So what? He's doing it again. So what was it? What do you think?
She's a girl.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, dude, this was 17 years ago. This isn't like how, I don't know, open. I guess it is more open now. I think there's a lot more women now.
It is, but we experienced it firsthand. Actually, there was
For sure.
a girl that wanted to tattoo, and
That's not firsthand if you're going to give someone else's example.
We saw it happen firsthand.
He witnessed it firsthand.
Yeah, is that okay?
Whose side are you on?
I'm on the girl side.
Okay, let's hear it, and I'll tell you.
I'm done talking. I don't want to be on here.
I witnessed it firsthand. But I
No.
did suck some
You know when he ducks. Ducks.
I said ducks.
There was a girl, amazing artist. She was. People were already getting her designs tattooed on them, and she was dying for an apprenticeship. She even went to our shop, and the owner was like, "Nah, she's a girl. It's
Yeah, but why?
Drama."
Bro,
He said drama. And I was
Drama.
like, what?
Yeah, I've definitely gotten that too.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
It's
fake news.
so
It's not
unfortunate.
real.
One time I got hired at a shop. We'll cut this part out. It was, and they told me that I couldn't dress like this to work. I went in
Like how?
I had a like wife beater and high waisted shorts. That if I was gonna work there, I couldn't dress like that.
How were you supposed to dress?
They said that it was gonna cause too many problems for them with guys and blah blah blah.
So they can't control themselves.
Yeah. How about you? What have you faced, James?
He's like, that's actually how I got my apprenticeship.
Yeah.
Was I was wearing a
Yeah.
cropped wife beater,
I'm wearing
and
Daisy Dukes right now.
high-waisted skirt, and they were like, "Yeah, this is the more the
Um,
merrier."
Like Thea here, I didn't have a proper apprenticeship. I just kind of met an artist who kind of suggested. I mean, we don't need to talk about me.
We don't.
Yeah.
So Timu wasn't around in the
Yeah.
18th century, unfortunately.
So how did you get started?
It's a super long story, but I grew up in Arizona, and my dad and my mom are both very, like, straight-laced. None of that. Can't even go to the fucking movies on the weekends. Like, I had
Whoa.
no freedom at all. Sorry,
Oh,
Dad.
damn.
Sorry to put you on blast like that. He's cool now, but
So you can go to the movies now.
I can go to the movies
All right,
now.
good.
Not on the weekends, though.
She's like, no, actually.
Only on the
Matinee
matinees.
only.
Yeah. It's Mad on Forge. But I just, like, in high school, dude, all of, like, the girls I went to high school with were, like, so pretty and just, like, girly and feminine and, like, all drove BMWs and, like, I don't know, they were just so cool. And I was, like, in the corner. Like, what's that movie? Wedding Crashers? Like, you know the son
Yeah.
that's, like, fucking painting in the closet?
Would that make you
Fucking
love me?
Yeah, literally. Dude, that was me.
Was
Like,
it all white people?
Mostly, yeah. I was the only, like, one of the only Asians. Like, from... That's such a fucking weird thing to say.
Hey, it's
Literally,
Arizona,
well, I
man.
grew up in Chandler, Arizona, so there wasn't, like, a ton of diversity. It was, like,
Yeah.
white and Hispanic. But I would just be, like, drawing on myself, and I feel like I did really good in school. Asian, obviously. Didn't even have to try, so...
I didn't assume that.
someone did.
Jake.
Jake, you fucking racial piece of shit.
So I would just draw myself, and then... I don't know, word got out that I could draw good.
You're
and
a
then,
sick-ass
like,
drawer.
dude, like, high school, like, football players would approach me in the hallway and be like, hey, I heard you do Sick Nautical Stars.
Oh, dude, that's
This
cool.
was the era, this was, like, 2007, 2008, where people were getting, like, the Mud Flap Girls
Yeah.
and, like, just all that bro shit.
Uh-huh.
The flames.
The Flames.
Firearms.
The 8 Balls. The fucking
Four-leaf-
No Regrets.
four-leaf clover.
Yeah, the family, the famous Stars and Stripes
Oh.
with the
Yeah.
F. I don't even know how many of
I
those
think we
did.
probably started about the same year.
Yeah, I started tattooing when I was 19, but this is leading up to, like, I didn't, that wasn't even a thought to me to, like, become a tattoo artist. My
Mhm.
parents were like, you're going to fucking go to college, dummy. You're going to be a doctor or something, you know? I was like, okay, Jesus, take the wheel. But that's literally how that got started. Like, people I didn't even know would be like, I heard you draw real good. Can you draw me this sleeve? And they would just pay me to draw the shit and then go take it to these shops. Because, I mean, I feel like in that era, it was still mostly Flash. Like, there were some people doing custom stuff,
Yeah.
like portraits or flowers or whatever, but it wasn't like how it is now where, like, there's Neo, there's traditional, there's Japanese.
Right.
There was just,
People
like,
are a little more educated. There was
Yeah.
Cherry Creek Flash.
For
and
sure.
That was pretty much it.
you don't even, like, go seek a specific artist out. You're just
You
like,
could
oh,
go
there's
anywhere.
a shop around the corner. I'll just go there. And if there's people working there, they have to be good. Because you can't work in a shop if you're not
Yeah, duh.
Yeah.
good. Yeah, duh.
That's
Sing
the,
it, girl.
That's the cop car.
Yeah. That's my daughter.
Your first tattoo. How did that happen?
It's a weird story.
Hell yeah, let's hear it. We love weird.
So I went to ASU for like 35 minutes and dropped
is
out because I was like, this is not for me. I just knew it wasn't for me. And I just was so sheltered in Arizona. Like, there was just, you go to college, you get married to whoever you're with in high school, you have babies, and then that's it. That's the end of your life. I'm like, bitch, I can't even go to the movies on the weekend. I gotta see what's out there in the world. Yeah, so I just dropped out. I didn't tell my parents. I didn't, like, sign any papers or anything. I just woke up one morning and was like, I'm not going
I'm good.
anymore. Yeah, I'm
I'm
not going
good.
anymore. And then I was just fucking around all the time, working at T-Mobile, being like, what kind of phone you got? Let me see your driver's license real quick. I need 10 free phones, free lines right now. This was also around the time that the fucking stock market crashed and the housing
08?
market crashed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, there's that decision of, like, am I going to continue going to school and then potentially be with all this, like, student loan debt
Yeah.
and not even have a fucking job when I get out? Like, people weren't even being able to, like, get jobs at, like, retail stores, fast
Yeah.
food places. Like, it was gnarly.
So crazy.
So I feel like things might have been different if those weren't the circumstances, but I just was like, dude, I have nothing to lose. Like, everything is already fucked right now. I'm already not going to be making money even if I get a job with a degree, and then I'm going to be in debt, you know?
Yeah.
But one thing is my parents were always really encouraging about, like, me being an artist.
Really?
Yeah.
Tattooing specifically?
No. No.
Just with your artwork.
Yeah. My mom cried when she saw my first tattoo.
Oh man.
I didn't do good with anything that matters, like science or math or any of that
But does
shit.
it matter?
I know, does it?
I think it matters, but not to me. I just can't do it. That's just not how my fucking brain works. I feel
Yeah.
like most artists, that's just not how we function. That's why we're
Yeah.
so sensitive. That's why we cry all the time.
Yeah, if you're an artist, that's who you are.
I just dropped out. The school called her and was like, you owe $35,000 and your daughter failed all her classes.
Oh shit.
And she was like, what? Why did you stop going? I was like, because I didn't fucking want to. And then she was real mad at me. And then I was like, well, you're mad at me. I'm not in school anymore. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just going to move to San Francisco.
Oh my god.
Dude.
Yeah.
Aiming high. I love
Yeah.
it.
Well, I feel like I've always had this like delusion. I don't know if it's a delusion because everything works out, you
Yeah.
know? Like I just feel like when you really believe that what's going to happen for you is meant to happen for you.
She has this whole no plan B
Same.
motto.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, it's completely accurate. Because
I mean, except for actual Plan Bs, I've had quite a few of those.
she stays.
Yeah. She gets at
Pez
Costco.
dispenser. I have a Pez dispenser of Plan Bs.
Hell yeah. So yeah.
She has to take 2 at a time.
double up.
Plan C.
Plan C, Plan D,
Plan D is just go on a roller coaster.
or
Ooh.
what's the other one? Vitamin
Stairs?
Vitamin C.
Vitamin stairs.
Vitamin C.
Vitamin stairs. Okay.
All
So
right,
yeah,
all right.
I moved to NorCal. I was working at my aunt's restaurant. She had this little Hawaiian Filipino restaurant in the Bay Area.
Sounds delicious.
It was. I was not working. You know what I'm saying? I was just snacking.
Fuck yeah.
But I really wasn't working. I was like sitting at the bar and I would just be drawing on the napkins. And I had this problem. And it's not even a big deal. Like something like 8% of kids have it. But I would just sit around all day
And draw,
and draw
dicks.
pictures of dicks. Hawaiian dicks. You know, hula dicks.
What do those look like?
Coconut bra dicks. I literally, though, was drawing at the bar on like a slow day. And this guy came up to me and was like, "That's a really good drawing." I don't know what it was. I can't remember what it was. But I was
A
like,
dick.
"Oh, cool, thanks." You want a Sprite or you want some water?
You're like, my aunt's over there.
You're like, you go order her over.
Yeah.
Yeah, my aunt's over there if you want to order food.
You want some balut? It just was so fast how it happened from there. And I didn't have any vision of like what was going to happen. I had not even thought about like tattooing as being like a career option for me because I just didn't know how to even like approach that, you know? And it still was scary back then, you know? Like I feel like even for customers now, feeling uncomfortable, like when you go into a tattoo shop and you just feel like
Yeah.
a fucking nerd and you're like, I just want to pay to get a tattoo, and they're like, "Fuck off,
Yeah.
get out,
Yeah.
scram,
People always
beat
say
it, kid,
that.
beat
Yeah.
it."
So homie just asks you, and you're like, all right.
Bro, he was a fucking tattoo artist.
Oh.
Like that shit found me.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it was wild. Well, he was. I don't know. I don't know if I would consider him like a
Self-proclaimed?
great one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm a rapper, but am I?
I don't know. You do got mad bars.
Yeah, this is so fucking crazy too. This is like not something that happens.
It's like low key kind of creepy too.
Well, okay, so I'm a little naive and a little overly trusting of people, and this was like the first glimpse I got of like how it can be just as a woman in the fucking
In
world.
the big city.
Well, my parents were like so protective of me, you know,
Yeah.
so I like didn't I mean, I knew that they were like, there's bad people out there and we don't want you to get in trouble. We just want the
But you're
best
like,
for you."
bad?
I'm
How?
like at the
You're
movies.
like, you're looking at him
Yeah.
at the movies.
Do you want to? Do you want to learn how to tattoo? And I was like,
Whoa.
yeah, I'm off at like 4. Where? And he was like, at my studio. I was like, okay, let's go. And then I asked my coworker, I was like, hey, you trying to get a tattoo? And she knew that I like to draw. Like I would paint. Like it was no secret that I like to draw. She had just had a baby. I was like, hey, we'll just do something simple, like his name. She was down, and Jen, I love you because that was my first client ever.
Are you still cool with
Yeah.
her? That's
She's cool.
awesome.
She's a chef.
Oh, she's on to bigger and better too.
So he's like, yeah, here's a studio for the address. And she's like, yeah, let's go. Luckily, her boyfriend came with us.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I'm not that stupid.
well,
But we put the address in, and I text him. I'm like, hey, is your shop a house? He was like, yeah, it's a private studio. I was like,
Oh.
okay.
That was before it was a thing.
Yeah. So we go in, and it's like his guest room, I guess. But to be fair, it was very clean. There was no like carpet, or some of you guys be tattooing on carpet on like your
That's so
fucking
gross.
Yes.
cat tower. Like, what's wrong?
The
your cat
armrest.
tower.
And dude, we just got right to it. He was like, okay, what do you want to get? This is how you make a stencil. You print this out and then put the stencil paper underneath and then you trace it and this is how you put it on. But the one thing that I'm really glad, though, is, like, everything that he had was very clean. He was like, if you're going to do this, you need to go get, like, your sanitation stuff and take a bloodborne class. And, like, that's the number one thing, which is so fucking crazy because I feel like there are tattooers now who still don't even do that, you know?
Or have never.
Yeah.
We were just talking about this. Like, even back then, you couldn't take them online, like the little slideshows. Remember that? But, like, and that was what, in 2008, 2007, whatever.
I feel like that's still the way you do it.
You still can, but people don't. And it's probably even more accessible now and probably even easier, you know?
Yeah, that monotone ass. True or false?
Yeah.
Hepatitis A, B, and C are all bad. Like, that's it.
True or false.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, people don't. And they don't like to hear it, but you guys fucking should. Like, that's wild.
Yeah. It's a medical procedure.
Do you still talk to that artist?
No, bro. That was okay.
I was gonna say, what was the catch? That's so strange.
Well, so the first night was chill. He sat behind me and was like, "I'm gonna do one letter, and then you do one letter."
Like Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, I was like, "Ghost." I was like, "Where's the pottery wheel?" She was spinning around. On like, you gotta be careful every time you go. But I did it, bro. It was fucking easy. I was like, I'm kind of good. He was like, you are kind of good. This is fucking weird. So she went home. He was like, let me know if you want to try again. Like, I'll teach you. I'll apprentice you. Like, at the same time, I didn't know anything. I was fucking 19, you know. I think 18 at this point still. I had another friend that was like, that came out pretty good. I want to get one. So then I brought him over there, and then it got fucking weird.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm hungry. And he was like, okay, let's go to Denny's. We'll talk about tattoo stuff. I was like, okay. I was like, I'm so excited I made a new friend. And he's like teaching me cool stuff. And
what a nice guy.
What a nice guy. And then,
how old was this fool?
I don't know. Probably 30. But yeah, I'm just there with my zesty nachos. And this motherfucker's like,
dude, well, okay, those nachos?
Yeah, they slap.
They're fucking great.
I know. And I used to work at Denny's. Yeah, I got 50% off.
James is like, let's talk about that.
I was 100% down.
Awesome. All right, sorry to interrupt. I just can't stop thinking about this.
No, you're good. It wasn't like, it just was uncomfortable because I was like, wait. This was like my mistake. I never stopped to ask myself, like, what does he want from me? You know? Because, yeah, in exchange for like a regular apprenticeship.
Sound like a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, at 18.
For a regular apprenticeship, you're expected to clean, run errands, you know, be the helper. There's just this exchange of like information for labor.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I just was like, I've never met any nice people before.
My parents were tripping. There's no bad people out
For
here.
real. I'm like, yeah, no.
You're like, you want to catch a movie?
So I had to be like, oh, yeah, because he hit me with the...
Oh, there it is. There it
I
is.
was like, oh, my God. Do you hear that? My stomach. I was like, diarrhea's a brewing. Those zesty nachos got me.
That's
she tried to
fucked
kiss
up.
you over the nachos?
Yeah.
That's disrespectful to nachos.
I got really lucky that that's all that it was. I just never talked to him again after that. I just was like, I think I should go home and fucking cry all night.
But had that not happened, you
But
might
had that
not
not
be here.
happened, I mean, that's how I decided, like, I'm kind of good at this, and I could be good at this.
Yeah.
One time I got hired at this shop. I think it was in Silver Lake. Well, no, I didn't get hired. You know how...
You didn't get hired, you just busted in.
Well,
Ew.
remember how... somebody was trying to bust, and I'm going to tell you about it. So remember how when you would get hired... I don't know if shops still do this, but when you would get hired, they'd have you bring someone in so they could watch you tattoo, and then...
yeah, I'd be like this. All right, here we go.
Like, so that was, like, normal procedure, right? So this guy had offered me this job at a place in Silver Lake, and they told me to come down, whatever. So I said I was going to bring a friend with me. I used to always bring a friend with me to any tattoo shop interview. And I was thinking, like, and it should be cool, right? Like, it's not like it's unprofessional because usually you tattoo on your first, like, interview anyways. And he started tripping on me that if I brought someone with me that was so unprofessional and I was never going to make it in this business and that I better come alone or don't come at all. And luckily...
You were like, you're not going to come at all.
Yeah.
Bitch.
And luckily I was like at least smart enough to be like, oh, I think that there's risk there.
Yeah.
Isn't that like fucking nuts? Yeah. That was... I wish I remembered what shop it was. I remember the guy's name was Frank.
Give him a plug.
Yeah. Come on the show and don't bring anybody. I'm just kidding. How'd you get your own machine and stuff?
I don't even want to say. The way that people are on Temu now, there was eBay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I got it on eBay.
She's like, I bid for that shit.
Yeah. Dude, it was like a little Sailor Jerry coil machine too. And
Tight.
so as soon as I got it in the mail, I was like, I know what I'm doing. I'm about to.
Dude, that looks great.
Thanks. It was like my third tattoo.
You wanna
So
see
I was
my
like,
third
okay,
tattoo?
there's a 9-round needle and a 3-round tube. I was like, that'll fit. I'm like, why isn't it fucking going in there? Oh my god, the needles are all just like fucking bent and
James did tried to do a portrait on himself when he first started, but he put the stencil on with his leg bent
While I was sitting.
and then tattooed it. And then when
a portrait. Oh my god, it's giving.
Are you familiar with Joshua Carlton?
Yeah.
I was obsessed with his work, and I was like, I want fucking anything I want to do is like that. All those vivid
realism.
colors, and nope, I fucked up.
Where's it?
It's right here.
So when he stood up after he put the stencil on with his leg bent, the face scrunched up.
Look at. It's
We
cute.
have to do-
It's
we're-
cute of me.
We're gonna have to do an action
my
shot for
God.
them.
Yeah, we'll
That's
do
it.
an action shot.
That hair is so sick, dude.
This is my Joshua
That was a
Carlton
jump
attempt
scare.
part 2. All these stupid colors and this tattoo.
What
This was
the
my first
fuck?
tattoo.
Giving Aurora
Is that
Borealis.
a Sith? Or the what's his name? What's that fool's name?
Poser.
I don't.
Emperor Palpatine.
I'm
You
not a
haven't heard
poser
of him?
because I've never claimed to be a fucking
Yeah.
Star Wars head. But
That's sick.
anyways, that's what that is.
Yeah.
So
That's my grandpa.
you're a Star Wars guy?
I was.
How am I learning this now?
I don't know. It was like I was into it a lot, and then
Obviously.
and then I realized I was like, why did I'm not that into it? Like, what did I tattoo? I think it was just more of the imagery.
Damn, you were probably getting no bitches.
How bummed were you
A lot
when
back
you
then.
stood up and looked at your mirror?
I didn't realize it till 3 years later.
What, the scrunch face?
No, I don't like to look at my body, so I never looked down after.
You were like, that's not my fucking
Yeah.
problem.
When did you notice that it was scrunch face?
It was shortly.
It's like
after.
when you give a baby a lemon,
Yeah.
but it's rainbow.
You did Lost Boys
Yeah, that's
tattoo,
the first
and then
one.
you
He's
stood
lost.
up and it's
For sure.
turned into a French bulldog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was such a long story for like no information.
People got to know that there's creeps out there.
Yeah.
There's creeps out there, but to
And-
continue that, my work ended up into a shop, and that it was run by a woman.
Oh,
and
nice.
She got my info and was like, "Do you want to come work here?"
After
Hell yeah.
after a while of tattooing
After
at
probably
home.
like a year and a half. You
That's
have to-
about as long as I was tattooing at home before I started working at a shop, and it was the same thing. They kind of reached out.
Yeah. I was like, "You got Cheetos? I'll take some Cheetos." So I was chatting for Cheetos.
That's the only pay you wanted.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't. It's not like I was great.
You're like, I have to get all my tattoo supplies. I have to bid on all my tattoo supplies.
For real. I would have to buy.
Dude, there's like 3 watchers
there
right
was
now.
like a smoke shop in the area too, because there was no like tattoo supply stores open to the public, and there was a smoke shop that would sell loose needles.
I remember
and I'd be
seeing
like,
those.
"Can I get
Not
5?
Lucy's.
Yeah, can I get 5, please? Maybe
$30.
tomorrow I'll come back and get
What
the
was
6.
okay? So what was your go-to needle size? I always tattooed with 7s and 7s.
7 mags and 7s? Yeah.
Yep.
Isn't that crazy? Dude?
Yeah,
a 7 mag is like so tiny, dude. I don't
Mhm.
even purchase them now.
I don't
Like
either.
I'm like bummed when I have to pull out a 9. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this is gonna take me forever.
Do you want to know something funny about this Lost Boys tattoo?
7.
3 round.
Well, who did you think you were?
It's blown the fuck out.
Dude, I have a tattoo of my last name, the first tattoo I did on my thigh. I think I did it with the 5. That shit is like a mean old gagger now, those lines. It's like a 14.
You know what?
shader.
14
You know what she's talking about.
Yeah, that's what's going on in my fucking ankle. People are like, "What does that say?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it."
If I wanted
It's
to, I
Braille.
could figure out what it says.
Yeah.
What does it say?
Well, it's just on my ankle because I was like, I can reach that.
They made me do my thigh, and I told them, like, this doesn't make sense. Like, can I do my ankle? And they wouldn't let me.
After I did my ankle, I was like, what else can I reach? My foot?
Oh my god.
Oh, my
That was
God.
the worst. One of the worst decisions I've ever made because I was like, yeah, it's flat. I can see it. I didn't think that there's like no fat or skin there. It's just straight bone.
Goonies from episode 5. Go watch it. She tattooed her own knee.
She did?
Yeah, and Thea
A
fixed it.
I didn't fix it.
Yeah, she fixed it
Enhanced
because
it.
Thea said it
You
was so
collabed?
bad.
You collabed.
Yeah, we did a
They
collab.
did a collab.
Did we
Where is
put
she?
white in that?
No, we need to.
Mm-hmm.
Goonies literally said she's not gonna let you. She's just trying to be brave right now.
I honestly didn't even know she had knees. I don't even know what's on them.
Goonies. You think her name's
That's why I thought it
Goonies?
was like up here and she didn't have any down there.
What?
I
We'll
don't
cut
know.
that. We'll cut that.
Thanks. Holy shit.
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna edit that out. Anyways, so you ended up at a real shop, a female-run shop. Was that a good experience for you? No.
None of them.
She tried to kiss you too.
No, she wasn't. But it was just, I don't know. It just got weird for no reason. I was getting along with her girlford really well. I think maybe that's why she got mad. But
Home
she was
wrecker.
nice, bro. I swear,
Come
if you're
on.
nice to me, I'm like, yeah, we'd be
I'm going
friends.
to kiss you.
Over some zesty nachos.
This is like that's like the downside though of being so sheltered is like you don't understand. I didn't understand like social dynamics
And cues.
how to and cues. There's more to that. But tattooing and like having so many different clients and just how long I've been tattooing now and just all the experiences I've had, I'm like, I know what's up now.
When you're at your first shop or your apprenticeship shop or whatever, they really make you feel like you can't go anywhere
Yeah,
else.
or like you're so
fuck, I have
lucky to be
make it
there.
work.
Even if it's
Yeah.
like the fucking shittiest place in the world, like you're so lucky to be here. I've had so many people be like, and if you leave, I'll call everybody in the area.
Blacklist you.
And you
blacklist
think that they got that power, huh? 'Cause
Yeah, and
they
I'd be
really have
like,
you like
oh,
that.
fuck, okay, I'll just go back to the
Mhm.
fucking toilet.
You're calling your aunt. You're like, I need to come back to the
No.
register.
I was like, are there any tables open right now? Is that guy still there? Can you tell him I want to learn more?
No, I'll kiss him. Tell him I'll kiss him.
So, what style would you say you do?
I do neo.
Neo?
Traditional, yeah.
Have you always done neo, or how did you get into that?
No, I mean, in the beginning, I just kind of was doing whatever came my way.
Anything, yeah.
And I didn't really have, like, a style in mind that I, like, wanted to do. But also, back then, everybody was getting fucking nautical stars and...
So sick.
Hell
you
yeah.
know,
That like
Tweety birds.
that like
and-
chrome traditional.
Mhm. which is sick,
Yeah.
but
When it resurfaced, it was kind of tight.
it is tight. It's still tight.
It's
Yeah.
fucking dope.
Like ironically tight.
It's tight.
It's tight.
It's tight.
No, dude.
It's
Fucking
tight. It's tight.
no. Sparrows don't need to have curly tails and
No, we're
roses
not talking
don't need
about
to have
that.
scalloped
We're talking
leaves.
about like
Scallops.
the resurgence in chrome tattoos.
Yeah, oh yeah. I thought you meant of that style.
So we're all on the same page, right? It's
Yeah.
tight.
Yeah, it's tight. It's tight.
Let's move on.
I'm afraid to disagree.
So you said you did just about anything that walked in the shop, and then how did you discover neo?
Yeah.
Like,
Do you know who Jasmine
tell us how
Austin
that-
is?
Who?
Jasmine Austin?
I don't think so.
In
Yes.
Australia. I feel like she's like the mom of Neo.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's just the first one that I saw, and I saw that shit, and I was like,
What about that Emily Rosemary?
Oh yeah.
yeah. Her too,
shit's
yeah.
fucking sick,
Yeah, I was
too.
like, damn, am I about to
She's
move to
probably a little
Australia?
bit
Am
younger
I
than
about to
her.
go down under? But I saw it, and I was like, this is fucking tight. This is like really pretty, and it's really feminine, and it's like just
Yeah.
a softer version of everything that I've been doing.
Yeah.
You know?
I love that Art Nouveau
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neo. That's what
It's
I feel
just
like your
super
shit
timeless.
is.
I feel
Mhm.
like, you know, you see some shit and you're like, you got that shit in 1996. I can tell. But I feel like I've done stuff even like 10 years ago that I'm like, I mean, it's not the greatest, but like it still stands up. It's not trendy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it could not be in the next 20 years, you know, but
It's definitely not a fad. That will
No,
continue
that's-
to go.
yeah,
and it'll
it's a
continue
classic.
to grow into like form its own things cuz I mean there's so many aspects to neo-traditional now cuz there's like the Art Nouveau, there's Art Deco, there's like those chandelier styles,
Yeah.
like that's neo too.
it's just very
It's
like
its own. It's just
or
common.
ornamental, ornate,
Yeah, ornamental.
Yeah.
Victorian.
But not
always-
over the top ornate where like it's going to all blur together.
Yeah,
like
like
it still
these
has an
crazy ass
outline.
cathedrals that
Yeah.
are all single needle, and there's like fucking 50 million
Right.
windows, and it's this big.
It's a lot of lines.
I know. I watched that shit on TikTok. I'm like, you lost me. I could never
You
look
see
at that
them lay
stencil.
the stencil and
You
your
know,
heart's
sometimes when you're like looking at your liner and you just look at it a little
Yeah.
bit too long in your eyes to do that shit, I'm like, whoa.
I had this weird moment that happened the other day, and I was feeling the wind from my machine, and I was like, have I
Damn,
ever,
you're
have-
running that shit
have
at
I
like
ever-
30 volts.
Yeah, have,
He
I, have I ever felt that before? And
He
I was
also
just
did
like-
meth for the first time that day. No, I know what you're talking about because when I tattoo, when I guest spot somewhere, like, I feel like, I don't know if it's the nerves, maybe, but I feel like it's the different lighting. Like, you feel like your machine's almost in a strobe light, and you're like, does it normally look like this? Does it normally
You're
sound
like,
like
come on,
this?
girl,
Yeah.
get it together.
And you say, uh-oh, out loud.
Yeah.
You ask your client, does this look right?
Yeah, this is right?
What were you like as a kid?
Oh, what were you like as a kid?
Severely undiagnosed.
Yeah?
With,
Still
like-
probably am.
With, like, STDs, or?
No, I wasn't allowed to go to the movies, so I had no opportunities.
Oh, yeah. There's no back row scamming for you.
What was the question? What was I like as a kid?
STDs, you got them?
No.
What's your favorite STD?
Dude, I just stayed drawing on everything all the time. I was like
You drew on your shoes. You were that kid. You drew on your pack.
on my pants too. You know, remember that little teddy bear where you could like
Yeah.
Oh, the
sleeve
doodle
it
bear.
up?
Doodle
Yep.
bear, yeah.
like the gifts I would get from like my parents and their friends would be like those. I'm like, this isn't fucking drawing. This is mathematics. Like the
You paint by colors?
the little like plastic pieces, and there's like the cogs that line up together, and you take a pen.
Oh,
and
yeah,
you just
yeah.
fucking- It's like psychedelic ass pen art.
Oh, the spirograph?
Do you follow Callie
Yeah,
McGrath?
yeah.
She was doing those for a minute and selling
They're
them.
mesmerizing.
Yeah, they were like, they're pretty much, they end up looking like really ornate, like, I don't know, like kaleidoscope
Yeah.
mandala-ish. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do. Actually, what I use when I do mandala sleeves.
Are you serious? You learned it? Oh, I was like,
dude,
oh,
that would be
shit.
tight.
No, I'm like, we're gonna freehand this. Hold on. Can you stop moving?
We'll be done in like 5 minutes.
I just put the machine and the needle straight in the hole. I feel like I was socially awkward because I wasn't properly socialized.
You?
Yeah, like
No.
Shut up.
Be nice to her, I guess.
I was shy. I was Asian.
Whoa!
Start here.
When did that change?
I was born at a really young age, and it just went from there. That's
Born
not
at
lot
a
of people know.
really young
Like
age.
that one.
I love that. That's so good. I was born really
I was
young.
born underage.
Put that on my wiki when I pass. Thea Warden was born at a really young age.
Were you, wait, do you have siblings?
That's the title
I
of
do
the
have a little
episode,
sister.
Born at a Really Young Age.
Hell yeah.
I like that. Do you have siblings?
Yeah.
Were they also born at a young age?
They were also surprisingly the chances.
That reminds me, I tattooed your sister one time at a convention
Did you?
in Arizona.
Does she have a scrunch
she's-
face portrait?
For real. Is it the guy from the Lost Boys like this?
Yes.
You know what's crazy is she has a portrait of me on her leg.
Really?
A huge one. Yeah, she I remember I flew in one time and she's like, I got a surprise for you. I was like, she started taking her pants off. I was like, bitch.
Holy shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And she pulled
You're like,
her-
Mom and Dad need to let you out of the house more.
Dude, they let that bitch do it. She was running the streets. She was running wild. When you're the baby, you can do whatever you want. But when you're the
Yeah.
firstborn, and we're 6 years apart, so they were like, you're the experiment.
She was, at the time, I don't know if anymore, but she was seeing a tattoo artist, right?
Yeah, they're getting married next month.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Congratulations,
Yeah,
Thea sister.
congratulations. Bryson13 on Instagram.
Bryson, come on the show.
Yeah.
What's up, Bryson?
Bryson.
But no, she was super nice. She's in like beauty or something, right?
Yeah. Yeah, permanent makeup.
That's cool.
Yep. She's tatting faces.
Sick.
Mhm.
I think I knew that too.
Tight.
I know. Cool. Sisters.
Anyways.
Sisters.
All right. The $1 million question. The multi-million-dollar question. If you won the lotto, would you still tattoo?
Yeah. Sometimes I want a tattoo just like at home when I'm bored.
Just for fun.
Just in my private studio at home. No, I would. I've thought about that because, like I said, I'm delusional, and I feel like one day I'm gonna win the fucking lotto, and I'm.
Do you
just...
buy lottery tickets?
No, I'm gonna find one.
Okay, so
Well, you're not going to win that way.
No,
I promise.
but I did. I had a gambling era.
Dude.
You know those people that are like every time they hit the slot machine and they
Dude,
just
I-
start fucking
they'll,
doing
like,
spells and shit.
Punch the screen.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
It's the Asian. I'm telling you, it's in the blood. I don't buy lottery tickets. I still think I'm going to win somehow, though. I feel like no matter what would have happened if I would have stayed in school, like I think about this a lot. What would have happened if I had had a degree and just got a regular job? I feel like later I still would have ended up quitting and finding tattooing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just
Just
didn't
meant to
know.
be.
I just didn't know really like what you could do with art besides be like a graphic designer or a peasant. I don't know. Something that you could make money doing.
That is so crazy though. Like now people really have that option. Like I'm going to be a tattooer. Like, cause I kind of stumbled upon it too. Like, and it was like similar where I would draw stuff and then people would get it tattooed. And then I was like, fuck, I'm going to do this.
Yep.
Like, why not just cut out the middleman?
Yeah.
But like
you
now,
were the middleman. We were the middleman.
Yeah.
Now you're the man.
Now I'm the man.
Now I'm the motherfucking man.
Hell yeah.
That's what's up.
Bless up.
That was really cool. Bless up. What is your favorite thing about tattooing, would you say?
The freedom it gives me to just live my fucking life how I want.
You see all the movies now, huh?
Yeah, I see movies every day.
Zesty nachos. She sneaks them in her purse to the movies.
She goes to the movies every day. Just catching up.
Look at me now, Mom.
For her younger years. You're going to be so grounded when she sees this.
I know, dude. I know.
Her mom like spits her drink out at the TV.
I know.
She does what?
You gotta be kidding me. I don't know if like all tattooers are like this, but I don't feel like I've ever been that type of person to be able to like have structure and a routine.
What is that? Can you go into that more?
Yeah, like I mean, I've had regular
yeah.
jobs, you know. Like I fucking worked at shout out Olive Garden. I worked at Olive Garden for 2 hours. Everything I do is either like an hour or I'm like with it.
Or you're
forever.
all the way in.
Yeah, 0 to 100.
Neurodivergence
I
be
went
like that.
It truly. I went to Olive Garden. This bitch had like, I was like, "Are you in the fucking army?" She got 100 pins of all the different grapes and like
all the different
breadsticks.
grapes. There's
Yeah.
that many.
That's how bad at your job you were. They weren't grapes, they were olives.
For real. No, the grapes for the wine.
Uh-huh.
I remember this because when they gave me a tie and it had grapes on it. That was like part of my uniform. I knew that I wasn't with it. I was like, I'll never survive here. I can't
so
do
not
this.
me.
I better go down under.
I was like, the breadsticks are frozen. Are you fucking kidding me?
Shut the fuck up.
But in your
Why
defense,
would you hold on? Why would you come on this motherfucking podcast and say that to us?
and also
What? That the breadsticks are frozen? I'm trying to spread truth. What?
I worked there too. I never knew that they were frozen.
Well, you didn't spend any time in the kitchen.
he worked at the Italy location.
So what's hilarious is Jake's dad worked there too. You're second generation
part-
Olive
part of the
Gardener.
alumni.
You really are family.
Mexicans really are gardeners, Olive Gardeners.
Bro, so at my graduation, we drive separate. I see them afterwards. Everybody's like walking up to their families and, oh my God, congratulations. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do now. And my dad comes walking up and he's wearing this grape tie. And I'm
He's like, hey, I got a new job.
yeah, I'm like, where'd you get that? He was like, I don't know. I just found it in my drawer. I was like, that's my fucking Olive Garden tie. And you wore it to my high school graduation.
Get out of my room, Dad!
He's like, well, we're family. My dad's Vin Diesel.
Oh
See,
my
she
God.
knows a slogan. She could
Yeah.
memorize a slogan, you fucking jerk.
We were just talking about that today.
What'd you just ask me though?
What's your favorite thing about tattooing?
Oh, you
Grapes.
know, grapes and olives
And family.
and family.
Fucking frozen. I don't even care to finish this interview. Fucking frozen
No.
breadsticks.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
That's appalling.
Yeah, I don't want to be held liable for that
Dude,
though.
Jake's crying.
I don't know if I don't remember if I
Yeah,
signed an
Schmall
NDA.
of Schmarden.
Schmall of Schmarden. I
I'm
was
sad.
so just like in a bubble the whole first half of my life. And I still feel like I'm fucking awkward when I meet people. Like it's hard. It's not hard to make friends because well, it kind of is because I'm like, are you an op? I can't tell. My judgment's like really bad. I really like the connections that I have with my clients, even if I only tattoo them once. Like there's something about tattooing that's so vulnerable for the client that they just sometimes it's a little much, but they just
But
want
to
to tell you
spill it,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And-
what made us want to start this.
Well, it's just sometimes you get so caught up in like your life and what you're doing
Yeah.
and the way that you see the world and the way that you like to do things that you forget that everybody is having their own experience.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, I like
That
that.
is so beautiful.
it's autism. It's the spectrum. I'm on it. I'm going to make that a sticker.
I'm Verizon.
Yeah, well, I can't hear you now.
Good.
Take these off. But it just opened my eyes to just experiences that everybody has, like the things that people go through, the adversity they have to deal with, the struggles they have to deal with. That shit makes me emotional because I'm
Mhm.
like, dude, if everybody had a glimpse of this, like how other people's lives are and operate and the struggles they face and the things that they have to deal with, like people would be so much nicer to each other and so much more understanding. And I just feel like overall everybody would benefit from that.
Yeah, that is true because like we're not just doing a transaction with our clients, we're spending hours with them. So
Well, you're like
get
touching
real
them
deep,
too.
yeah.
You know, it's like
Shit.
when I'm doing my mandalas, I'm like barely touching them though because it's mostly stencil. It's mostly the plastic
But once we
piece.
get done with that,
But once we're done and I have to wipe it with the Windex, it's
they
fine.
just tell you all their secrets.
Yeah. It's allowed me to learn how to put myself in other people's shoes or not judge them because like you really don't know what's
Different
going on.
perspectives.
It is. It totally is. I mean, like if you follow me on Instagram, you know I'm not super humble, but it's just because I'm like really proud of how long I've been in this, what I've made of it.
Yeah, I see you comment on all these other artists.
I'm like,
Tattoos,
sucks.
not that good.
Yeah.
Getting there.
She's
Blocked.
a troll.
Wish I had 4 hands. So I gave this tattoo 4 thumbs down.
Oh my god.
I saw that.
But it's from like an account that has no picture. But it's still Thea Tats.
Are you a gatekeeper?
In what sense?
Like with tricks of the trade and like,
Tattooing.
giving out tattoo knowledge
No.
or whatever.
No, it's hard because like I can't wish that things would have been different because I might not be where I am now. I might not have the same mindset. I might not have the same like resilience. And I'm like really proud of myself.
In what way? Resilience.
Just being told no so many times or being like you fucking suck and I'm like, I know. So, I'm not there yet, you know? Like the delusion. That's what gets you there.
Yeah.
Truly.
I
Like, no
say
plan
that
B.
I have delusion too. I never believe that people don't like me. I'm like, oh no, it's just because they misunderstood my
Bro,
joke. Or
I have like the
they don't know
reverse
me
body
yet.
dysmorphia where I'm like, I look good today.
And then you see a picture and you're like, I don't look like
I'm like,
that.
something's wrong with your fucking camera. You need to get your phone and
Your phone's
eyes
all
checked.
fucked up.
Yeah. Well, you got a fish eye lens on this shit? What filter is that? The Shrek filter? A lot of the knowledge that I've gotten is also from people who kind of had the same experience as me where they're like, bro, why is it so hard to fucking learn? Like, I love this. I want to be good at it. I think that tattooing will give you what you put into it.
Mhm.
And like, you know, right now there's a like tap-pocalypse happening and people are dropping left and right. And I'm not saying that they like deserve that or they don't deserve to be in tattooing because I think tattooing
You're talking
is-
about the tattoo artists that are throwing in the towel.
Yeah, but like you've been tattooing 5 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
Like I don't think that you really see success for the first couple years.
No,
I
I
think
would say the first like 6,
yeah,
5 or 6.
it's mostly learning. It's learning how to find your style. It's learning how to make connections with people that become your clients. It's learning
Yeah.
how to operate. And like, it's always been so hard for me to work in shops. And I don't know if it's just because I'm like, I don't fucking belong here, you know, or they don't want me here. Like, it's just always so much of that doubt because that's how it was in the beginning. That's like how the path has been for me. So I just assume I'm not good enough to be here and I'm just better alone. But
It's crazy because you're fucking killing it.
thank you.
Yeah, killing it.
Thanks. I think that knowledge is power. And
Ooh, did you make that up?
yeah, bro, I also was born at a young age. I made that up too.
Dude, the title of this episode is going to be so long.
All our catchphrases.
I know. I
Hey,
might
I'm
go
gonna
make
write
some
that down.
bumper stickers after this.
Yeah, dude.
It's
You
a little
should do
slow
it
right now.
We should
Yeah.
pause. Let's
Hold on.
pause.
Let me put this in my notes.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. What would you like from your tattoo career?
I got what I wanted out of it.
Hell yeah.
Sick.
I would drop this if I could, but it's screwed to the table. So
What?
The
our,
mic.
our podcast?
the mic.
Please don't. They're very expensive.
Tattooing has given me literally everything I've ever
The
wanted.
tools to be your own boss.
Yeah.
Like Enterprise Rent a
Like
Car.
enterprise.
I just need freedom. I just need to go at my own pace and do what I want to do. I think that's like something that is, I don't know how to word this. Like if people were just more flexible and gentle with themselves and knowing like things just take time sometimes. And
Yeah.
like sometimes the lessons are hard, but if you want to keep going, like that's how you know that you're going to make it in something is like when you do not want to take no for an answer and you just like do not want to give up, which is me. People be like, you fucking suck, get out of here. And be like, all right, I'm going to go next door and try again, you know? Yeah, there are places that I've traveled that I would have never gone if it weren't for tattooing. Like experiences like conventions and being in a space where I'm like, everybody's so friendly and everybody's so
Yeah.
like,
No,
hyped to be
Thea,
here.
you're so bad at that.
I know. I'm like, everybody's so friendly, right?
Yeah, because we're at a sex club.
that was a different kind of environment for me to be around other tattooers. One of the last shops that I worked at before I went into a private studio, like I came in and I was like, hi, like I'm Thea. I got like this U-Haul of like my table and my husky and everything, and everybody like literally just turns around and then just goes back to what they're doing. I'm like, all right, I'll just go fuck myself, I guess.
What was their name? I'm just kidding.
Oh, that shop's closed now.
What was the
RIP.
issue?
Well,
Just flexing.
I don't know. I think they get nervous when there's girls because they think there's going to be drama. But the shops that I've worked at that have had the most
dudes.
drama,
Always
it's
dudes.
always the dudes.
Me and him talk about this. That was it one of the shops that we worked at that they were concerned that it was going to be drama with me and the other girl, right?
Dude.
And it ended up me and her never had an
Yeah.
issue at all.
Yeah. I
But
worked
the guys would always be like talking shit behind each other's back, or like
Yeah.
there's always weird tension.
I worked at Saints and Sinners in Garden Grove for a while, and it was all girls and the owner for a while. And like Lowrider came and interviewed us and like took our pictures, and I was getting letters from people in jail being like, I think it's so sick that you guys are all girls. I was like, hell yeah. I'm like, I don't know what. Hater alert. I don't know. I'll just say this. I've never like fist fought a girl outside the shop just because she fucking looked at me weird, or because, you know, I was next in rotation.
Some tiny bullshit. Got another word to the title, dude.
I like to shorten. I like to.
Yeah.
It's giving Orange County.
Yeah, I know. Totes, my goats.
It's giving Orange Count. No, I don't know how to do it. I'll just stick to the full word, Orange County. We hear that you are quite the gamer.
Let me rephrase that. We
Okay.
hear that you're quite the bully.
Wow. Oh, is this a gotcha moment? Can we play the
No,
gotcha moment song?
A little bird told me,
Who
and
told
I
you
and I
that?
won't say Goonie's
A little
name.
skin bird.
I will not. Yeah, little skin birdie told me that you like to pick on people with your gaming,
Not people.
Just kids.
and they don't matter.
They don't count. Go fucking take a nap. Go do your homework.
Yeah, she said
It's
that you make
fucking
people
Call of
cry.
Duty. You won't survive the front lines if you're not a bully playing Call of Duty, all right?
This is war, baby.
All is fair in love and war. Yeah, I don't even know what the fuck that
We'll
means.
leave that one out of the title
Yeah,
because
but
that wasn't as smooth off the tongue. But
Smooth off the tongue.
yeah, we hear that you are quite the bully, that you make grown men cry.
Because
Is
you're
this
so
a
good.
problem?
No, it's not a problem. We just
James was just so nervous for this interview.
That's why I was nervous in the beginning, because I was thinking about getting a console.
Do you have a Twitch or anything? Do
I
you do
used to have a
that?
Twitch, dude. So I started streaming during COVID because I didn't work for a year. You know, I was home for a year, and I was like in my house, like with my mask on in my bed.
Oh, it was. You were really nervous about.
I was nervous
COVID.
about
yeah,
it.
So
Yeah,
were we.
I mean, it's autism again, but
We were fucking scared too. That's literally why we opened our own shop.
yeah. So I was like, I gotta make this bread somehow. I was like, I'm gonna hop on Twitch. That's the thing. Is like when I get in front of a camera, I get real nervous. So I would just be on Twitch like, ha! Gotcha, bitch. You know, like it just wasn't the same energy of when I was like just
In
it's
your
like 2 in the
face!
morning. Yeah, 2 in the morning, like fucking teabagging people. You know.
You know about that?
I'm like, I don't want to
You-
get canceled.
You do that with like those like games where you go over when they die. They're like laying
What does
down.
teabagging mean?
You crouch over them, so it's like your
What
nut
is
sack.
I don't get it.
I've
What's
never heard that.
I
I'm just
fucking
kidding.
bought that right now. I was like, so it's when
It's
you
when you
crouch
drop
over.
your nuts on their forehead and you go up and down and up and down.
I don't know. Can you show me on Ben? How
It's essentially like a digital version of putting your nuts on someone's face.
Oh,
Anyway, I don't stream anymore.
anyways, I don't teabag anymore.
I made like 48 cents. I'd be like, thanks for the bits.
So what'd you buy?
I miss tattooing.
I'm dying to open these. I keep looking at them. They're scallop lays.
All right.
We won't make a whole thing of it, but just let me try one.
We're gonna do mukbang.
Guess first.
Oh man,
You didn't want anybody to try them. You just did.
I wanted you to open them for me.
Well,
Not scallopy. We had squid ones recently.
Or scallopy, and you didn't want that.
I feel like that kombucha girl. I'm like, well, no.
Oh, yeah.
It's weird.
Now her expressions make so much sense.
It's like, oh, this is just
I
a potato
fucking love
chip.
them. I love them, you guys.
They're good.
Do you guys try snacks every?
No,
this is
not
how you end
every-
it?
No, but we do eat a lot on the show. But I feel like it's fitting with. People might be getting sick of it, but I feel like it's fitting because what do you do in tattoo shops? We eat like shit, you
Eat
know?
a bunch of
like,
bullshit.
Every time you switch shops, you gain like another 20 pounds because there's like a bunch of new restaurants. So I'm going to tell you guys in detail what this next topic is about, but then I'm going to give the short version so people don't get online bullied. So that I'll put in the episode. But first, I'm going to tell you guys what it is. Okay. So recently, I did a tattoo. That was a fandom tattoo. So a lot of people, you know, are super into this thing. The creator of this fandom universe is pretty problematic, and there were people upset, or there was one person that found this picture and then was upset that I had did it. Now, the person that I tattooed brought the art in with them and just had me make like a couple changes. And I honestly, I'm not into this particular
universe.
So I don't know. I like really honestly didn't know anything about it. After doing my research, of course, the creator of it sucks, but it's like this huge global phenomenon. So my question is, what obligation, if any, do you think artists have vetting their tattoo appointments or designs? Do you think it's important to be like to look into everything, or do you just do what the tattoo that your client wanted?
Well, something that's so popular as much as that is, like
we'll use Disney for instance.
Yeah.
Okay, like because they say that Disney hired Nazis after whatever. So because he was problematic, do you turn away all Disney tattoos, or do you do the tattoos because now it's so much greater than he is, or he was? Because my thing, I'll give you my side of it. If someone ever came to me for something racist, something sacrilegious, something transphobic, homophobic, I'm not fucking doing it.
Yeah.
Like, you can take that right on and go to some, piece of shit elsewhere. But
you're not, it's not your, I feel like with something like that, that's not something that is super common knowledge. Like, obviously, if somebody asks you for a fucking swastika, you're like, okay, you're a Nazi, I'm not gonna do that. But there are things I'm sure that I have done, or but like I would never have any idea or even know that because it's not.
Yeah, how are you supposed to know?
Does the artist have an obligation to look into the origin of things? And
I don't think so. Like, because something like that, it's like I said, it's so popular. You have to so anything that walks in through the door, you have to do a background check on.
I feel like at the end of the day, if there is common knowledge or something that is niche like that, that's like their decision to get it. Mm-hmm. Because with what you're talking about specifically, I feel like a lot of people know. But they're just separating themselves from that.
Right.
That part and being like, well, that has nothing to do with like my childhood or the
that's
memories
what I was
have.
thinking too. And also, that's that person's decision whether or not they're putting it on their body, right?
It is touchy. I just will say, because I've posted little comment boxes and be like, what kind of flash do you guys want? That's a super popular one.
It's super
And even
popular.
when I'm like, I thought that was done. Like, I thought we weren't doing that anymore. There are people in that community that are like, yeah, well, that person's a piece of shit, but
I have the perfect example. Wizard of Oz, another huge fandom thing, timeless, considered a classic, but the production of that movie was so problematic. There was so much abuse. There was so much that went on. So do we turn away Wizard of Oz tattoos, especially now that it's having a resurgence, right? Like,
it's clearly socially acceptable.
I think that there probably are people that are upset, like, oh, you shouldn't do anything Wizard of Oz because we now know how fucked up that production was. But is that the tattooer's obligation? Yeah. Is that the tattooer's responsibility? Because I kind of feel like in that case, we're pretty much a printer, right? Like, we're making your...
We're a service.
Yeah.
We're like an apparatus or a vessel.
I feel
guess
like
for these
conduit.
Conduit for these people to express themselves.
Right.
I think that everybody has their opinion about what they're comfortable with, their beliefs, what they feel is okay and what's not okay. And if there's something that comes your way that you don't want to do because it is contradictory or conflicts with that, or you just don't feel right about it, then that's okay. But I don't think it's your, like, I feel like
Your duty.
I don't feel like it's your job or your duty to be the moral police
To
with
talk
that
them
kind of
out
stuff,
of it, or-
checker.
because there's a lot of nuance in a lot of these things. Which one of them, that popular thing, is that a lot of people still fuck with it because they just don't claim that person.
Oh shit! I just was trying to do a fucking cute tattoo, like,
Yeah.
and
you did.
I probably wouldn't but like, what does that person want from you?
yeah.
Yeah, that's a little unfair. You just did the tattoo. This person wanted it. If they have a problem
Especially if you
with
didn't know.
that, why didn't they reach out to that person?
And then so somebody started going back and forth with them in the comments, which wasn't even the person that that got the tattoo, but that person fucking ate. They were like, "What? Why are you commenting this? Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? Like that? What do you mean to get from this? You know?" And I just didn't pay it no mind because I'm like, dude, I can't even
You're not gonna make that person happy with anything that you say.
Yeah.
Though. That's the
And
thing.
like, you were gonna get a tattoo from me. No, you weren't.
Yeah.
Because there's somehow,
dude.
some way, some negativity connected to everything,
Right.
whether we like it or not.
And I do think that there are things that are off limits now, that maybe I wouldn't have considered before. And then there's some things, like we were saying, like blatantly disrespectful to any kind of, you know, culture or religion or whatever. Like, but
Yeah, and dude, there's a million cajillion people with those tattoos on them.
yeah, dude. Like, if it comes in a lounge fly, people want to get it tattooed. You know, if there's a lounge fly backpack of it, people want to get it tattooed. And I don't know.
I think that's about as much as we can touch on it.
Yeah. This is sad. I'm just kidding.
All right, so it's definitely a different time in tattooing right now compared to when we began.
Yeah.
Compared to the pandemic era, artists are having to do a lot of things that they wouldn't normally do, like making reels, all of the Instagram hustle,
That
all the
is
social
true.
media hustle.
It's
Right
true.
now, real quick, right now that you said pandemic era, I was like, no, this has been going on longer, but it's even evolved since then because now
Yeah.
there's fucking reels.
Well, there was a whole year that everybody was just on their phone, like at
Mhm.
home, not
Yeah.
going out, not doing anything. I feel like before that, it wasn't as necessary. But I think that social media has blown up since 2020.
And pictures are one thing, but yeah, reels have become its own fucking.
It is its own thing, and
I don't even think it's social media. I think we're just constantly trying to appease the algorithm just so we can be seen, which is like a whole nother job.
Oh
in
yeah,
itself.
and that's a whole nother take
Yeah.
on it.
I take that so personal,
What?
like having to adjust to this fucking platform's.
Well, yeah, it's because it's not consistent. They just change it and change it and change it. And
Why
it's
do
like,
they do that? Like, you know, they're like
I think it's honestly so you get frustrated and you
Pay
pay.
them. That's what
yeah,
I- and
that's
that's-
how they
that's
make their
my
money.
beef.
Yeah,
it's like, dude,
I'll never fucking pay them though.
at a time when everybody is struggling, probably
Oh,
the
that's what
most
you mean
they've
by
ever
personal.
struggled.
Yeah.
Like you're
Yeah,
gonna
but
you're
you-
gonna fucking make it harder for all these people trying
For the
to
small
fucking
business, man.
pay their bills, feed their
That
families.
guy's
Like
a
what the
billionaire.
fuck?
He
Like
doesn't
that.
give a fuck about
Because, okay, when we first started tattooing, all of us, we had physical portfolios that you'd have to go
a
print out
photo
your fucking
album,
picture.
Go to Walgreens, put your little USB card
Yeah,
in, and
or your-
there would be
yeah.
little 5x7s of like the grainiest, shittiest, no ring lights.
Mhm.
Took it with either your cell phone or like a digital camera with like
Yeah.
the crazy flash, and there's just like blood droplets.
And then you had to like hope that people either walked into the shop or relied on your business card to get into the hands
Yeah.
of somebody that wanted to
So
get
you make
tattooed.
so you make the outside of your portfolio look extra nice, and you like tag it up or whatever, so people can.
Oh
Hit a
yeah,
leopard
you
print.
write
Choose
your
that
name
one.
on it.
Dude, one time the shop I worked in, we had our portfolios, and then there was a couple books of Flash, and this girl looked through all our portfolios and was like, and goes, "Is Flash working today?"
Stop it.
We were like, "What? Who the fuck is Flash?" She was like, "Well, this book right here, this is Flash's portfolio, and he's got everything in here. There's Japanese, there's traditional. He's the most diverse. When's he in?
There's this Native American on a horse, like that at Cherry Creek.
There's this Jesus. cherry blossoms.
Okay, so then IG comes out right after the portfolios, and then it was like releasing our photos chronologically. So as you would scroll down your timeline, you would get views. I mean, even if you only had a few thousand followers or a few hundred, but now it's that shit that you're talking about. It's like not only
you have to post at the right time, you have to use the right hashtags consistently.
Don't, like
3 stories a day, no more than 4.
I'll hear like my clients like talk about like, oh, I'm doing like a social media purge right now. Like I haven't been on, I'm taking the month off, whatever. And I'm like, dude, I could never fucking do that because I would not eat. Like,
I just feel like our attention spans are so short now with social media and like TikTok. Like, bro, sometimes I just want to like press on someone and be like, talk twice as fast. You're talking too fucking slow, you know?
Yeah.
Or I'll like I was painting the other day and I just like, I can't zoom.
I
on
do that
I
shit
do that
all
on
the
my
time.
laptop.
Yeah, we're literally like, I think it's changing evolutionary the way that our brains are processing
I
things
think so,
now.
Technology.
Um,
So we're in agreement that it's wrong to have to do all these things.
It's
But
unfortunate.
we got to do it, right?
Yeah,
you
it's
just have to
unfortunate.
do it.
Because another thing I think about is I know some dope fucking artists that people are sleeping on just because they're bad at social media, you know? Like
They're not like fucking geriatric, but older generations that were like already had walk-ins every day, already booked before social media, like, you know, the OGs, like on your leg.
She's heard of me.
That's just they've already been successful without that. So I
Right.
feel like to them, they feel like I don't really need it, or I don't even really understand how to do it, or this is how it's probably how we will feel in 20 years.
well, I think it's how we're
know?
starting to feel now that it's
It
evolved
is.
to
Yeah.
the algorithm, the fucking like I'm like, or really you want me to take time out of my day to make a fucking reel? Like why can't I just post the picture of
My
what I
reels are
did?
literally just the video of the tattoo I
Yeah.
did. I'm like, that's your reel. Sorry, I'm not gonna. I can't. It's too fucking old. You know how stupid I look?
That looked good. We'll send you the clip.
That was
You can
actually really
maybe-
good. Dude, you'll get booked out for the year if you post that.
Well.
Yeah, dude. But it's
But it's the same thing with like hating on the iPads and hating on the wireless. Like everything has to evolve. If you want things to continue to grow, they have to change. They have to maybe not necessarily be better, because I don't think like the Instagram algorithm has done anything to make my life better, you know?
No,
Yeah.
it's just harder.
It's harder, yeah, for sure, but
Dude, the scary thing is, dude, this is where we're at now. Where the fuck is this going? Like,
I
You
don't
think
know.
it's gonna get worse? You think?
I kind of feel like one thing that I've learned, and it's hard to keep this in mind on those days, tattooing is such a like we just said, we all started around the market crash in the early 2000s. We're there again. We're going to come out of it. It's going to be like we're going to end up hitting it again probably in our like in our 50s
when
or
we're
something.
when
you
we're
know?
arthritic and
Yeah, like it's just a constant like one thing about tattooing is it's fast money and it's easy come easy go, you know, and it's like you said, what you put into it is what you'll get out. Like we were just talking about looking at money like energy, you know, so like you have to give to.
you can't be scared
Right.
either, like
Of the roller coaster?
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, obviously it's human nature to be scared, because you're like, how am I
You're-
going to pay my
yeah,
bills?
to
Am I
get
going
in
to I
survival
fucking
mode.
freak out every day about something, but then I just have to remember, like, if you're already doing everything you can do, you're just stressing yourself out more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you're wasting energy.
Yeah.
making your own money like this. Like we obviously only get paid from what we do. I was thinking about this the other day. I love paying bills, dude. I don't love having bills. I don't love my bills, but whenever I pay one single bill, I'm like, it's like a check, like the sickest, like gold star checklist, and it's been
Starts
like
the
that.
game.
Yeah, like you're like, fuck yeah, survived another week, survived another month, you know?
Cool, pay my bills then.
Yeah, someone told me when I first started tattooing, like, I don't know how long you're going to be in this, you know, but you just have to know, because it was, obviously, we all got into tattooing in, like, the worst possible time. Like, people weren't even able to pay their fucking light bill, you know? But he just told me there's always going to be peaks and valleys. Always. No matter how successful you are, or if you're not successful, just keep trying and it'll get better.
And I feel like
Yeah.
that's just about any industry,
Yeah,
right?
for sure. But this is such a demanding industry, and it takes like so much commitment, not even just like showing up every day, but like mental commitment to like keep yourself up
Yeah.
on to recognize like, okay, I'm just having like, because we have this artist block we get sometimes. Like sometimes it's like months for me, like 6 months where I'm just like, I've been tattooing 17 years. I can't even think of anything I haven't fucking tattooed yet. I'll just do a new version of it, or I'll just maybe try something new. But like every, I guess, little dip is just opening up more time for you to get better at something else.
Yeah, so that's like the danger zone, right?
Yeah.
Like when you've hit that plateau. We see it with artists, and I've seen artists like just quit because of it. It's just like nothing's getting better. It's just like, well, you're not really applying yourself. You just kind of got to where you're at, and that's where
or
you
you're
stay.
not nursing the wound that you have right now. Like just give it, like how she was saying, you have to give it time.
Our brains are so like hyper focused and like on fast forward now because of just the reels and TikTok and social media and Instagram, DoorDash. Like,
pressure.
Bro, I am like.
Well, we weren't cut out. We weren't created to live lives like this.
No.
Like where you care about other people's opinions. We're dependent. We're also dependent on people's opinions, truly, of our art. Like we can't just be these artists that turn out what we want and who gives a fuck what people think. We need people to like it. We at least need the client to like it, you know, like.
So when times are slow, draw more, paint more, try a new style.
That's one thing I will say is when times are slow, there's honestly a direct correlation to how much I've been drawing for fun, you know?
Yeah,
I find
absolutely.
like, I've only been drawing for my tattoo appointments. I haven't just put out Flash because I felt like it.
I think people just forget that this is still a job. It's still a business. And like, we're not always tattooing the stuff that we want to tattoo. And there's slow times where like, you have to take shit. Sometimes you don't even want to be, you're like, I don't.
To circle back to something you said earlier, you said it's, times are always going to be like this.
Yeah.
And why stress out about it? So it's like,
well, it's
like
easier.
The self-help is probably pretty important too.
It is.
Right?
It's super important.
Is there something you do that kind of keeps
I
you
get on Call of
keeps
Duty
you grounded?
and I fucking rage.
She makes grown men cry.
That's how I get it out. I truly, that shit, like, that's like, honestly, we're getting all sidetracked now, but that's what got me through COVID. I just was letting all my shit out. But that doesn't mean that you have to like go online and be a fucking bully and make kids cry and shit. But like, put your anger towards.
Says the bully, right?
I know. I'm nice.
Yeah. So it takes kind of a certain type of person to kind of get through these sort of times.
It does, but I think anybody can be that kind of person if you want it bad enough, for sure.
Yeah.
It's not. That's the other thing too. Is like, it's so easy to be stressed out about like, this is real life. These are bills I have to pay. I have to pay my rent. I have to feed my kids. Like, I have to make sure that everything's taken care of. And it's just not happening.
And this kid's just ain't eating.
Yeah. Have some.
And that's
have
just
a,
what it
have
is.
a fucking scallop chip.
Yeah, and fucking learn.
Actually, can I take those?
Yeah, I think it's important to not let it, to not take it personally. Like,
you can't take it personally.
Yeah, like to not let slow books, like that shouldn't be where you gain your validation. You have to find a way that you're gonna baby yourself and you're gonna refill your own cup, like by at least drawing Flash that you yourself like, and then once you start putting that out, people are like, "Oh, I actually do like this idea. I'm gonna get it."
And then how rewarding is that feeling?
Yeah, and then you're like, "Still got it."
It's not coming from a place of like pressure. I feel like when you're under a lot of pressure and you have to get shit done, that is like a wall for creative block.
I'm so addicted to pressure. Like it.
Well,
that
we need
feels
it.
so
It's
normal
necessary.
to me, and I feel like that's the only way I get shit done.
That's how it's been for our like generation though. Everything has been under like tremendous pressure, and it's not getting better. It's only
it's getting worse.
Getting worse. But that's why it's important to like realize that your most valuable asset is yourself.
Period.
And you have to invest in yourself.
Another part of the
Another
title.
banger. Put it on a bumper sticker. That is resting when you need to rest. And trying your best not to control anything that you don't have control over. And this is all obviously like so much easier said than done, because when you're in it and you're stressed,
it's
you're
work.
just
This in itself is work.
Yeah.
Like the self-work is work.
But it takes practice. I think that everybody needs to go to therapy because everybody's got some shit.
I think so too.
And I think a lot of people don't even realize that they have some shit that's keeping them from getting to the next level of where they need to be, because they're just not aware of it and they haven't dealt with it.
Yeah.
But this is all also very, I feel like, related to artists, just because we rely on our mental health and how we feel. That's a direct reflection of like how well we're able to do our jobs.
Well, and when your hobby and your outlet are also what you make money off of, that could really fuck with you. You
For
know?
sure.
For instance, you sit down to draw, but you're drawing with tattooing in mind. Like you're not you're drawing a design
Yeah.
that could be a tattoo.
Yeah.
Like when's the last time you just sat down and drew something
For you?
like a little kid would? My therapist had suggested that one time. Like she was really pushing me to get an emotional outlet. And she's like, try.
So you started
roll your
playing Call
eyes.
of Duty.
Yeah. she's like, try drawing your feelings. And I'm like, I actually draw a lot. And she's like, no, draw with no plan, with no like, you're not drawing to
What'd you
sell
draw?
it. You're not drawing. I didn't, because I'm like, I will literally start to draw shapes or something, and I'm like, that would be
Ooh,
a cool
cute
anchor.
butterfly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be a cute $400 anchor. Like,
Yeah.
no, but like, you know, it's hard
It's
to
hard to not think that
to
way.
remove yourself from that. I ended up doing something else for my outlet
I forget that I have the skill to create shit just because.
just because.
And I'll we'll scroll through my iPad gallery and realize that everything on there was because I had to do it, and that kind of fucks with me. And then I will like force myself to just doodle, even if I don't finish it, just to create something. It's usually like a portrait style girl face or something.
Writing's good too.
Yeah, I
He's
want to
like,
get
"Yeah,
I
I
want to
don't
get
know how
into
to write."
writing.
He doesn't know his
I know.
letters, dude.
Yeah,
Why would you bring that up right now?
I know the first like 15 letters.
He knows his elemental P's.
Preach.
All right. Shall we get into one segment?
Okay.
All right. So this now is what we call the tattoo cover-ups. Or no, I'm sorry. The tattoo aftercare segment. Because sometimes you need...
You got it.
Because sometimes we don't really actually have a tagline for this, but I wanted to try to be cool.
I can help.
No,
what do you got for-
mind your
Dude,
fucking
she's bumper
business.
sticker
I
girl.
know, bumper sticker mouth.
Hey, you looking for a job?
Yeah.
Um,
I like marketing.
Because sometimes not only does your
This is
new
rough.
tattoo need aftercare, whatever.
You push the
We
I
were
know.
a wolf pack, and then there was one.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
There was 3.
I just cut my hand. Okay, so this is are you good at giving advice, would you say?
I don't know if you should follow it. I'm good at giving it, but
Trust me, it doesn't matter.
You're not good at other people's lives. I know. You could give toxic advice if you want, but also I feel like this is part of the job. People open up a lot to us, which is how this became a segment.
Yeah.
Dear buds and guest. Okay, so I need your advice and I need it fast. I went on my first date with a guy who seemed pretty great, like really great. He's smart, funny, and even knows how to use proper grammar in text, which,
big.
let's be honest, is a huge win. But here's where things get a little weird. The date was fantastic, good conversation, decent food, and we had a lot in common. But then the bill came, and crickets. Not looking at Jake. The waiter stood there holding the check like it was a hot potato, and there was an awkward pause. I waited for him to offer to pay, because isn't that the thing on first dates? But nada. No, I got this. No, don't worry, I'll cover it. Instead, he kind of looked at me like I was supposed to take care of it. The waiter ended up just setting it on the table, and we ended up splitting the cost. Now, before you say anything, I'm not saying I couldn't pay. I'm totally capable of covering my half, or even the whole bill if it came to that. But I didn't think I'd have to, you know? I was raised on the idea that the first date, they at least pretend that they're gonna pay, right? Or is that an outdated rule?
he was like, "Oh, let me get my wallet."
Oh no, I'm shutting
Oh
down.
no.
I'm genuinely not sure if I'm overthinking this or if I've been living in a rom-com fantasy world where dudes fight for the check and leave a good tip, leave such a good tip that it makes the waiter cry. So my questions for you are, 1, is this just normal now? Like, is this what modern dating is? No one's paying for anyone, or am I missing something? 2, do I bring it up the next time we hang out? Bitch, there's not.
No, next time. I'm just kidding.
Or
Unless.
do I just or do I just let this go and assume that he's not that into paying, which is fair, but
He's
still.
like, that's just not one of my favorite things, my hobbies. Not gonna do it.
Yeah. Oh, no, this is one of the boundaries I'm setting this year. Did I accidentally set some kind of bad precedence for paying half? And am I doomed that I will always pay half with this person? Please tell me I'm not the only one who has ever been in this awkward situation.
You ain't.
I know. Unfortunately, babe, you're not. I need to know if I'm crazy or if this guy is secretly a cactus with no understanding of date etiquette. Your insight would be incredibly helpful. Sincerely confused.
That's her name.
I guess so.
Sincerely.
Sinceriously, I know. I said sinceriously. But we were going to cut that out. Sincerely confused.
What do you think, Thea?
Sanae's like, you better say what I think you're going to say. I think that if you ask somebody out, whether it's the dude asking the girl out or the girl asking the guy out, you should pay. Obviously, things are changing and have changed a lot with gender roles and the men taking care of the women. And, like, I feel like most men just can't afford. That's just the reality. It's like it's very rare to find somebody who can completely take care of you. I'm not talking about just, like, going to dinner or whatever. It's good all the way around. It's either good that he let you know from the beginning that he doesn't get down like that, because if you get down like that,
he didn't.
But he didn't.
He didn't. He waited for the check to come.
Then you know that you don't want to go out with him again. Or if you do go out with him and you continue to go out with him and that's something that you're not into and you don't like, then you're doing that to yourself. Mm-hmm. Find somebody who wants to take you to dinner.
Even if she is the kind, which she said she's not, but if she was the kind that wanted a man to pay for everything, there is that relationship out there, and you have every right to go find it.
And there are guys who want that, who want to be able to pay for everything and take care of you.
Now, I think first date, if he asked you out, I think that he should pay, especially if he asked you out.
I think it also is how you were saying it's a lot different now than it was. I think especially right now it's a tricky time to find somebody that matches your values when it comes to the dating life.
Yeah.
You think so?
Like this, for instance, like he felt a certain way.
But I mean, I don't feel like it's necessarily tricky. I feel like maybe this just isn't the one. But I don't think that guys should pay for everything either.
No.
I'm totally fine with the
50-50.
Or like sometimes I get it, sometimes you get it. If it's a date night, like we're planning a date. I mean, it's nice if the guy, makes you feel like a girl after you got all gussied up. Do you think that she set a bad precedence by paying half? Do you think? Because I
think he's gonna expect her to pay half every time.
Yeah,
100%. But like he stood his ground. That's where he is with it. And
right, and that's his right to do. Because he can find a girl that is down.
So nobody's saying that that's wrong. It's just that's how
nobody's
he does,
right or wrong.
That's how he do.
Yeah.
When I was on the dating apps and guys would be like, "Well, I want to take you out to coffee. I don't want to take you out to dinner because girls just want to go out for fucking free dinner, and I'm sick of buying dinner for girls."
That was his opening statement.
I got that from a lot of guys being like, "Well, do you want to just like go for a fucking walk?" I'm like, "Yeah, let me go get my fucking leash and my harness." What the fuck? No. Maybe you don't go out with girls 6-7 nights a week if you don't want to keep paying for dinners.
Yeah,
maybe you just wait for somebody you
put
really
yourself
like.
In this.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, I do think that you set a precedence, but I don't think that you programmed him to now pay. To expect you to only pay half. I think that's always been his expectation, obviously. He waited. This happened to me before, actually. I went on a date with a random I really had no business dating at this point. I was like fully rebounding.
I was fully married.
No, I was fully like rebounding. But anyways, the waiter brings the check and I'm like, is this fool gonna pay? And he didn't. And so I'm like, okay. So I turned to grab my purse because I thought I was going to do a courtesy reach. Surely he's going to pull out his card. He still doesn't. I accidentally spill my purse. It was like a clutch. I accidentally grabbed it upside down.
It was like a Cheeto, a paper clip.
I accidentally grabbed it upside down and it all spills out. He lets me pick up all my shit, still doesn't pull his card, and we ended up going halves. And I'll tell you what, I should have walked away then because we sure did go halves the next time we went out too. And I was like, I told myself like, dude, you're not looking for anything serious. Like, you had fun. Like, why not just give him another chance? But yeah, that shit was a precedence and it would not have lasted. It didn't last long, nor would it have.
So how do you navigate that? Like going into meeting somebody? You just let the situation happen?
Yeah, I think so, right?
Naturally.
Well, not me. I'm like, I need clarity.
Hey, you paying?
Well, no, I just, I think communication is super important. And I think that I understand wanting to see how things go organically and just see, like, is this a good fit on its own? I want to make sure I'm not.
That's what I think. Like, is an educational observation of a first date. And then after that, you can exclude yourself. But I wouldn't even, like,
make the
tell
decision
them,
then.
like, that I expect you to pay. Because then they might pay just to
I
trick
think that's
you.
fair. Just to see where it goes. Be prepared to pay half.
And be prepared to never see this
Not go
motherfucker
out
again if
again.
it's important. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So he can go find a bust down bitch with that wants to pay half, but you're not that girl.
Why is everybody looking at me?
Because what do you
I
do?
pay all the time.
Tell us right now.
I pay all the fucking time.
Well,
And
I
it's to
lied.
the
This
point-
is signed from James's girlfriend.
It's to the point where when it happens, because she will insist that I feel fucking weird. It's my upbringing.
Like to answer the first date question, you are paying the first date,
And
and that's
no-
just what it is.
fucking realm am I going to let somebody else pay for me on the first date?
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
I would love to ask who picked the restaurant, because if he picked the place and invited her, it's like
Olive
you
Garden.
knew what you were getting yourself into. Yeah, he could have at least went to Olive Garden, and we could have bottomless fucking
Breadsticks that are
Frozen.
frozen.
that are frozen. I'm fucking upset again. Well, thanks for stopping by today.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so glad you were able to help this poor girl.
Poor, unfortunate.
Poor. I'm like, poor.
She's
This
the poor one.
I
I'm
know.
just kidding.
It's nice for you to
This
help
poor
this
girl
whore.
dating this poor guy. So tell these people where they can find you, how they can get in contact if they want to book.
My Instagram is Thea Tattoos. I have a private studio in Fullerton, and I do basically all my business on Instagram. So just
Slide in the DMs.
slide in the DMs, watch my reels, watch my dances. Don't forget to like and follow.
And don't judge her on what she says on what is it, Call of Duty.
There's a highlight reel if you want to watch though. It's under Gamer Girl.
Ooh,
Yeah.
sick.
That's your.
It's offensive.
It's fucking funny.
Maybe that'll be our.
Our blooper reel
yeah.
at the end of this episode.
Oh my god. Yeah. Greatest hits. Literally.
the compilation.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well,
We're
as
old
usual.
news. You guys know where to find us.
Where do they find you?
Right here, bud.
Oh, nice to see you again.
At Sanae_Kawaii. Our shop is Dreamland Art Co. The podcast is at Tattoo Budcast.
You could find me on Instagram at I am Jimmy Jam.
Our booking is all in our bio. Easy peasy. And we'll see you next Tuesday.
Thanks for watching.
See you at your next session. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Thea.
You're welcome.
Good?
That's
So
gonna be
now I
that's gonna be the compilation.
Nice.
Suck a chode.
Fucking bullshit, bro.
That's fucking bullshit, bro. Why don't you fucking cry about it, bitch? Fuck it.
Shot me, C4 alley-oop, send it to the lobby.
Burgers plates. Down them. Woo! Bye, bitch! Snipe them from that helo, dog.
Fuck you.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh, I broke the other one. I killed one.
Oh, that was the same girl. That death mic was fucking up.
Modern weapons.
Bitch!
Yeah.
Oh, it was a girl.
Hey, my partner behind you, bitch. You pussy.
He said, fuck you, loser. If you suck my ass like 8.1 meters.
Oh, dude, we got another team right here. God damn.
Hell no, shut.
You're trash.
I'm trash, bro. He's trying to sneak up on me and punch.
Next objective located.
Fucking bitch.
You're dead anyways, bitch.
Down him.
Contact.
God damn it.
Nice. There's two though.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
There's one to your right.
You fucking wish.